Günaydın. So recently I did a speech to our sales team in Turkish, but this would be a very big effort for an audience like you. So how are you? Good. I'm actually very excited to be here. You will see in future chats, I'm an engineer, so I did engineering back in Spain. Our aula magna looks exactly the same as this one, so I really feel like being at home. So this makes me very, very happy. Today, I mean, if you were in the previous presentation, we will now change radically the topic. The topic, the presentation before was big data. Big data is about all of you, but without identifying you. What I will speak about is exactly only about you, individually. So I have the honor to present also my company, where I'm proudly working for, Henkel, and I will explain you a bit what we're doing, but I also will explain you what we're doing specifically for people like you. And I took the opportunity to having this topic about flexible working environments, which is a very nice word, but in the end means how happy can companies make you and me working in that companies, that we perform better, to give you some pieces of advice from my history. I will try to give you the pieces of advice I would have liked to get when I was sitting in a room like that something like 25 years ago. So I hope it helps you, and I hope it is interesting for you. So just a bit about myself. I don't see it here, by the way, but okay. I know it anyhow by heart. This is myself. Picture is a bit younger. I didn't have a beard, but it's my best picture with a Henkel logo beside, so that's the one I have, okay? So I did engineering, so some of you also are doing now engineering, will be engineers in the future, but I also did an MBA in ESADE Business School, which is a business school in Barcelona. And I'm now working something like 20 years in consumer goods, first in consultancy, and then 18 years already at Henkel, doing laundry, doing adhesives, so lots of categories. And actually, I'm originally from Spain. I was born in Barcelona, which is a very beloved city amongst Turkish people, so this is good for me. And actually, when we will speak, and we will speak a bit about diversity, I'm diverse from the beginning, because my mother is Swiss, my father is Spanish, so actually my family is already splitted, and I have this diversity already in me, which is something I will try to convey as a value for all of you. Oh, now we lost it even there. Okay. Now, I'm 7 months here now in Turkey. I love the place. Istanbul is a fantastic city. Barcelona is just a slight bit better because of the traffic, but everything else is very nice here. Good. So let me start. Everybody knows Henkel. Who knows Henkel? Yeah. Good. That's good for a start. Okay. Everybody can think of a Henkel brand in your minds. You can put the brand in it. Yeah. Okay. Well, what we will do is we're a very long history company. We're a solid company. We're doing adhesives, beauty, and laundry products for a very long time. But corporate communications did a very nice video explaining that much better than I do, much quicker than I would do. So I will put a short video about what we're doing at Henkel, which is, by the way, with subtitles in Turkish, which will make our lives much easier. Okay, so let's see if it works. Audio too.
What keeps our world together? What makes our world more enjoyable? What makes our world more sustainable? Strive to find the best answers to these questions, with one vision, shared values, and a clear strategy for the future.
impressive than excellent performance? My name is Mark Whaley, and I'm a project manager at one of our adhesive technology sites in the US. Most of what we do is invisible, but makes a huge difference. With our adhesives, we provide tailor-made solutions for consumers and industrial customers that are crucial to the performance of products, ranging from airplanes to cars to the slimmest mobile phones.
Is there anything more exciting than addressing the daily challenges in the lives of our consumers? My name is Monsef Bahoumi, and I work as Head of Research and Development in our Laundry and Home Care Innovation Center in Dubai. We develop innovations based on strong global consumer insights, combined with a deep knowledge of specific local needs. These are key success factors to expand our presence in emerging markets.
Is there anything more fascinating than bringing out the beauty in all of us? My name is Aurelia André. I'm responsible for the international marketing of one of our top beauty care brands. Together with my colleagues, I develop marketing strategies for product innovations to bring our business to the next level. With a strong passion for performance, we serve our customers worldwide.
Henkel is a company with a diverse global team and a strong commitment to sustainability. We are the global leader in adhesive technologies. We have leading positions in laundry and home care, as well as beauty care in many countries around the world. All this is built on our strong heritage of innovation and brand success. Today, in an ever-changing world, we are united by a clear strategy, shared values, and a common vision.
So that's what we do. So just to summarize and then to get quickly to the topic, we have these 3 business units. Some of the brands you see on the part below potentially are the ones you know from Turkey, so I hope you guessed some of them, or you even are using some of them. What makes me especially proud working at Henkel, and I want this already to be a piece of advice, is this high-performing global team. When I joined Henkel, I got an offer. That time in Spain, in Barcelona, my father told me, you have to get that offer from Henkel. And I told him, why? He told me, Henkel is the school for marketeers and operation people in Spain. That's it, period. That's what I have and what I did when I was in Henkel, what I have experienced. It is a school. You are surrounded by high-performing people that are top-notch, state-of-the-art people in operation, in marketing, in commercial, in sales. So if you want to work in consumer goods, that's something you want to look for. Because specifically at your age and specifically at your stage in life, what you need to gain is experience from high-performing teams. The other thing I'm especially pretty much happy of being at Henkel is being surrounded by empowered and energized teams. So something you also want to look for, and I will elaborate a bit further, is you want to look for a company where people is adding energy to you. You know, there's people surrounding sometimes that drags your energy, and there's other people that gives you energy. So what I feel at Henkel, especially also here in Henkel Turkey with my team, is being energized. Is it a team that wants to achieve, that wants to do things, and that spreads energy amongst each other? So that's something you want to look for, and that we have at Henkel. Something you also, and now starting also with diversity, is, I mean, you want to start in a company that potentially gives you this opportunity to get an experience abroad, to get knowledge about different cultures, different languages, different opportunities in different parts of the world. So, 2 words about Turkey. Henkel. We're more than 50 years in Turkey. Turkey is a very relevant country for us. Turkey is a country where they send people like me because it is one of the top 10 countries in the world for Henkel. We have a strong commitment with the country. We have 3 plants. We're building an additional one near Gebze. And we are active with all our divisions here. So there is a strong commitment, strong investment, potentially also acquiring brands here. So potentially, you know, recently Beauty Care acquired Blendax. So that's a country that we are strongly committed and we are investing in. So that's the brands. That's the businesses that we have, and you can see that we have a footprint along the country which basically has offices everywhere, but we have a plant in Ankara for laundry business, and we have some adhesives plants here nearby in Tuzla and Gebze. Okay, having said that, let me go to the topic. So, diversity. Why is diversity relevant for companies? Have you thought about that? Diversity is relevant because it brings in a global world much better decisions. You cannot take good decisions for people like you, youngsters, generation whatever, X, Y, Z, without having your knowledge inside the company. We were seeing in the previous presentation, I mean, the media world has changed from TV and Gazette and so on. Now we have hundreds of thousands of media where potentially you know much better than my generation how to use and how to effectively use. So we need diverse teams. We need diverse in age. We need diverse in gender. We need diverse in nationalities. What is also relevant is that the way diverse teams work is if you yourself are also diverse. You remember I told you my mother is Swiss and my father is Spaniard? Sometimes I can understand the German companies. We are a German company, so I understand the Germans when they take decisions. But I also understand the Turkish people because we have the same mindset here in the Mediterranean. So the more diverse you are, the better decisions you will take, the more value you will add. So that's something very relevant you have to think about when defining your career. In fact, that's my hometown, that's Barcelona. Potentially you have been there. It's a nice city. You see Sagrada Familia there, which is one of our icons. Here is where I started my career. That's Henkel in Spain at that time. It looks like that. And also from the diversity point of view. I mean, most of you, or the ones here at least in technical university, you're potentially studying engineering. So I also did study engineering, but at a certain point of time I wanted to do business. So I did also an MBA. Start preparing yourself to be diverse, yourself. Because the more knowledge you have, the better, the more value you will add to yourself, to your enjoyment, but also to your companies. I did supply chain for a certain amount of time because I was an engineer. So you now see me here doing general management. In between I did marketing, but I started doing supply chain. So basically, this type of career you can have in a multinational like ours, and it's something that you can also have in other companies, and I encourage you to do. This will lead you to have this diversity in yourself. 5 years back, I moved to Germany. That's our German plant. It seems like a city, but in fact it is a city. So from one building to another, you have to go by car. And that gives you another item of diversity. Being in a local country is nice, but being in an international company and being in the headquarters gives you the perspective of how decisions are being taken on a global basis, how the understanding of the world is being done on a global company. So if you have the opportunity to merge into your experience, local experience with headquarters experience, do that as quickly as possible. That's in fact my office in Henkel. So at Henkel, we have that strong belief that diversity we have to embed. Now, there's countries that embed diversity better than others. So it has to be included, it has to be understood, and it has to be decided that we want to do that. And therefore we have a 10 years back plan to have diversity included into our company. So plenty of actions done to understand that internally, but also explained externally. Now, one of the topics that is embedded in diversity is specifically flexible working arrangements. Why is that so? Because I will pass one. It's because of you. Your generation, you want to have flexible work arrangements. Previous generation was very happy to go from 9 to 5. Bosses were very happy to have everybody from 9 to 5. Everybody was happy. But you are not, or you would. No, right? So you want to have this kind of stuff. You want to have opportunities to work part-time. You want to have opportunities to work in flexible hours. You want to have a home office if you want. Okay? So that's very different from country to country. Where I come from, in Spain or in Germany, that's pretty normal. Everybody does 1 day a week home office. It's arranged. Nobody has a problem with that. Now, when preparing this speech, I was speaking with people here in Henkel, Turkey. And I spoke with a young lady, an engineer. She was talking to me, and she says, I'm so happy with flexible arrangement. I'm doing 1 day a week, I'm doing home office. And I told her, and why are you happy? I mean, I'm so much effective if I can spend 1 day of the week at home doing the things I have to be in a concentrated way. And I asked her, and how happy is your boss? And she told me, my boss is not so happy. Okay? So that's the point. You need these flexible working arrangements. We, the older generation, we need to accept that this is a way of working that works. And in different countries, this is very different. So myself, I would not even have to ask if I would do 1 day of home office or not, but this depends on the culture. Okay? So, but that's also one of the items you want to take into account when designing your initial steps in your career. Now, the topic is, this is based on trust, okay? So it is a deal, because why the boss is not happy is because he fears that this person will stay at home and not work, obviously. But you, and I know young generations very much, you know you will work at home and you are measured by performance. You don't want to be measured by the time you spend at the office. You want to be measured by your performance. And that's something that you as a young generation have. And potentially older generations don't. But that's very important. It's based on trust. If you break that trust, it is very difficult to reconstruct. So part of the deal of having flexible working arrangements is basically on your hands and respecting that trust. Having said that, I will share just 5 learnings I want to share with you. As we're in engineering and in university and I'm an engineer, I brought a formula. Okay? What does this formula mean? This formula is the value you will add. Okay, V being the value. So how much value can you add when you're working or when you're doing something? It is based on your knowledge and it is based on your skills. Therefore, you're training, therefore you're at the university, you're training your skills, you're learning things to be able to add value. Okay? Now, you need to gain experience. Part of the knowledge is your experience, being exposed to experiences. Okay? So the more knowledge and the more skills you are, the more value you can add, right? Okay, so you see another multiplying factor there, which is an A. That's the attitude, and it's a multiplying factor. The value you add is dramatically impacted by your attitude. So we all know this kind of people that has a low energy, okay? They can be experts in whatever they are, but they have low energy. The value they add can be close to 0 if their attitude is 0, looking at the formula. But we also know these other people that gets energy, that gives energy, that is spending energy all around. Okay? These people leverages their knowledge and their skills to boost their value. So 2 things learning out of that. The first thing is you yourself try to be surrounded by people that has a positive attitude. And you yourself try to have this positive attitude. Especially now, when you are acquiring your knowledge and your skills, what makes the difference, what will make you successful in your careers is your attitude. Because you're at the stage of getting your skills. Okay? Traditionally, it has been said that you work hard, you are successful, and when you are successful, you are happy. Okay? That's a traditional way of thinking and traditional way of explaining it in companies. Now, recently, positive psychology says exactly the opposite. Cause and effect are the opposite. If you're happy, you will perform. Okay? So that's basically embedded here. If you're happy, if you're motivated, you will perform. Okay? So do that. Be surrounded by people that spreads that attitude. Spread yourself that attitude. Second thing is about work-life balance. Here I will be a bit provocative. Work-life balance normally is explained as there is work and there is life. And they're kind of separate things. Okay? My advice for you, it is not. Okay? Try to embrace the power of and. It is work and life balance. Okay? Try to embed your work in your life and your life in your work. I'll give you an example. The best ideas I've ever had, in my life for work are coming when I'm running. Running I do for fun, obviously, but the best ideas come while running. Am I frustrated while running, thinking about the work and thinking, why the hell I should be thinking at work when I'm running? No, I don't. Potentially you happen the same for you when you're at a university, you're doing sports at the gym, whatever, and the best ideas for you or an exam or whatever comes there when you're doing things. So embrace this power of and. It is not exclusive, it is not mutually exclusive, it is and. I want to explain a story. I launched, here in Turkey it's Pril, automatic dishwashing. In Spain the brand was Somat, colors and everything are more or less the same if you see automatic dishwashing. So I launched a new category when I was in Spain, which was Somat. We spent with that truck, we went all around Spain explaining our new product, fantastic product, all to our clients. That's the type of passion you want to have. And obviously, I spent part of my life there, and I spent my life going around Spain explaining the product, but I loved what I do, and I enjoyed it. So don't think about a subtraction of time one to each other. Now, the other thing, third thing I want to share with you is the 10,000 rules. There's 10,000 hours of doing something will make you an expert. Okay? Why I'm sharing that with you today is take care of doing one thing for enough time that you get an expert. There's a tendency to do things very quickly and change very quickly. I want to have experience in everything. Every 2 months I have to change what I'm doing. My advice is don't do that. Get an expert. I had a boss when I started working, he said there's the, depends, 2 or 3 years rule. The first year you do something, you learn it. You don't do it well. You learn from the others how to do it. The second year you're doing something actually is when you're adding value. And the third year is when you master it. That's the reason, and if you check how people change movements in careers, that's the reason why they change every 2 or 3 years. Because actually, that's the moment to change. So take time to be an expert of what you're doing, getting knowledge, getting value, that they can exploit that value in your next position. So I did 2 marathons in my life, 42K. First marathon, I didn't train well. So connecting to the 10th hour, I didn't train well. It was a drama. When I ran, I had cramps. I had to stop. Well, for the ones running, I did the marathon in 5 hours, which is a lousy time. It's awful time, okay? Now, I was stubborn, and I said, I will do it again. So the 2 years plan, you know. So the second year I did very well. I trained 7 hours a week. I did that every week during 1 full year. Objective, doing the marathon below 4 hours. Okay? So that's the time I arrived below 4 hours. 2011, still without the bird, you see. The important thing here is on the right-hand side, you see my children. When you do things and you do them well, they make you feel proud. And when you have a family, you also want them to be proud of you. So this piece of advice, take it. Be proud of what you're doing. And this goes connected also with this work and life balance. Do things that make you happy. For the fourth learning, I will put a video. Potentially you have seen this video, which is a video that is normally shared to explain fairness. It comes from a TED talk. I will explain what happens. So there's 2 monkeys. Okay? One of the monkeys have to give back a stone. Okay? So when they gave back the stone to the guy there, they get a cucumber. Okay? And they're very happy with cucumber. At a certain point of time, one of them, instead of getting a cucumber, will get a grape. Okay? You will see what happens. So here he gives the stone, he gets the cucumber, the other guy also, he gets the stone, he gets the cucumber, here's the stone, he gets the grape. Okay? Now, the first monkey say, okay, I give the stone back. Oh, it stopped. Can we make it back? Here. Doesn't play? Okay. He gets the cucumber. And the first monkey gets angry. Why the hell I'm not getting a grape? Why I get a cucumber and the other guy is doing the same job as I do and he gets a grape? Okay. Oh, it stops. Okay. So actually the first monkey gets very angry and throws the cucumber away. Okay? What I'm trying to say, and you see it in the title, look ahead. I mean, don't get frustrated. There's always unfair situations in your life. There will be always people that are treated in a better way than you do, people that will be treated worse. What I try to say is, be sure you're taking your energy in what we said, in your attitude, in your knowledge, in your skills, and then obviously request for your reward. But don't get your energy in frustration, especially in that initial years of your career. Otherwise, you will get frustrated very quickly. And the final one, and that's the final learning I want to share with you, is plan your career. People sometimes in your age think companies will plan the careers for them. Okay? Some do, some don't. Okay? Irrespective if they do or they don't, the best way to be happy with your career, mutlu, is planning yourself. So take advantage of knowing what you want to do, plan ahead 2 positions ahead, and with that in mind, select the company that fits, select the job that fits. Why? Because values are very relevant. You remember you want to be happy when you're working, you want to have a good attitude. So only if your values are fitting with your company and you're doing something that is meaningful to you, you will be successful because you will be happy. Okay? So when by the way, I'm selling glues. So when people ask me, why the hell are you happy by selling glues? It's, well, we're doing the best glue in the world, and that's my children again. I mean, when they do something with Prit, and Prit is the best glue for children in the world, and it's not because I'm working in Henkel, it is the best glue for children in the world, I am happy. And they're so happy and proud of their father going into school and telling him, my father is the one that is selling Prit. Potentially I do something else, but you know, do something that is meaningful for you. Because if it is not meaningful for you, you will not be happy. You will not stick to your 10,000 hours. You will not have a nice attitude. You will not perform. Okay? So take care of your career yourself and do something that makes meaning for you. So, as a wrap-up, be as diverse as you can. Be as diverse and as diverse as you can. So if you can go abroad, do it as quickly as you can. This will add value to you. Try to understand the organization from lots of perspectives, and this will help you. Okay? That's actually my team back in Düsseldorf when I was in headquarters. So you see a Spaniard, an Italian, a Romanian, a German, okay, a French. That's what adds value. Being surrounded by diversity and embracing this diversity. So also, last advice is embrace this diversity. So I was saying last sales meeting I was doing a speech in Turkish. It's not by coincidence. If you go somewhere and you really want to be diverse, try to learn the language, try to learn the culture, engage with the people, because this makes you richer, and this richness you will get will help you in your career, will make you better professionals. And this is the ultimate flexible arrangements. That's what you really want to be as a professional. And if so, That's my actual team today in Henkel, Turkey. So I'm so happy and so proud of being leading that team. And well, I expect you, or some of you, joining that team very soon. Thank you so much.